ocean cleaner. Like it's a smart ship that sucks waste from the ocean surface and cleans it. So I came up with this idea when I was in the fourth grade. I watched some documentaries about the plastic waste crisis and like how it just affects our marine ecosystem, right? I mean, like, there's just lots of plastic in the ocean. If you were to take all the plastic from, if you were to take all the plastic from the ocean surface and pile it up, do you know how far a distance it would go? So it would be enough to stack 2-liter bottles from here to the moon and back twice. So that's a lot of plastic, right? And I really wanted to do something about the problem. So one day, as I came home from playing football, my mom asked me to wash my hands. And as I went to the sink to get the dirt off, I saw how the whirlpool of water went down the drain. So I thought, like, why can't I use the same idea, this whirlpool mechanism, which we see in like many aspects of our life, right? In the sink. And why don't I use it to actually like suck in waste from the oceans? So yeah, I tried to test this out with a bunch of my toys. It worked. Um, so yeah, so I designed like I doodled a ship actually, like a circular ship, kind of like, and then it used that same mechanism to actually suck waste. So I worked a lot with a lot of people. I worked with scientists, engineers, etc., etc. And at the end of the 90 days, I had spoken in front of that stage, and that was a very like, how do you say? It's a very, it was a life-changing experience, right? Like you get even in that event, I got to meet many diverse people and like many like fascinating minds, and it was just all like so fun. That while like cleaning the ocean is good and all, what's the point if you just clean the ocean and someone throws it back, right? It's like cleaning your room and then you just mess it up again. I mean, you don't want that, right? um, so what I thought was like why so then I created a foundation named after my ship, the Ervis Foundation, where we are dedicated to bringing a generational change in the way the youth of today deals with plastic. So yeah, so we have these workshops, and we take it to schools, and in the workshops the children, they come up with like, we just educate them about the plastic problem, how they can use plastic responsibly, solutions that they can come up with, and even how they can take the like spread awareness about the problem through their own communities, in their own communities. Another initiative called the Blue Circle, where we use the method of education called Harkness, and we just, instead of a typical like a lecturer student cycle, it's more like the students are discussing within themselves and they're bringing more ideas. And like we had two of them so far, one yesterday, the other last week, and it was really fun, right? You get to meet so many like new ideas and so many quotes from the students. So yeah, right. You can't really do anything alone, actually, if you think about. I mean, like, if you need to like you need to have a guidance, and yeah, people are really important, right? I think having the right like people with me is where was also a reason that I'm here today, right? Everyone has their particular like things they like to do, right? Like their strengths or weaknesses, or yeah, like for me, I just mainly like to try to solve problems, whether it's local or global. Yeah, like even in my house, maybe if I like I'm trying to like maybe if I don't want the door to be open, instead of actually putting a lock, I might tie a rope to one door to the other door. to actually prevent it opening or something like and or like yeah, just like thinking of solutions that so thinking of actually the ship was actually it came to me through doodling mainly.
Mhm.
And then there's also that idea of the whirlpool, right? So you know how you get like so many thoughts and ideas and like so many things, like you get it before sleeping and in the shower, like those are the two more places where you get ideas. um it's never really finished, right? You're still working towards it. You can never you're always working towards the project, and even still my ship is in prototyping stage. And
Mhm.
even if it is still implemented in the ocean, there's so many more ideas that I could tackle, right? And for
Mhm.
your question, if you think of it as um, like actually getting recognition for my idea, it was a very thrilling experience, right? To actually present your idea on a big stage, and lots of people are willing to actually help you with the project, or even like starting up the foundation. And even like not day before yesterday, last week when we first had a blue workshop, as a no, blue circle, or a first blue workshop, or yeah. So it was like really it's just really not interesting, really exciting, right? To actually see some ideas of yours to actually take like come true. So yeah, you can never know what the future holds in stock, but it just carry on. It's all important to also think of the present matters, right? Focus on the present, try to build up for the future, and learn from the past. So yeah. Actually, the thing that really inspired me to actually create this idea was um, the documentaries I watched, like I mentioned, about about plastic and how it affects like marine creatures. And then I also watched Brian Slat's TED Talk on how he wanted to tackle the plastic waste crisis. And as for something like not giving up because maybe of some obstacles like age, there's people have like age is just a number, right? Like you put your heart and if you put your passion into it, like of course, that is really important, and like hard work, then yeah, you will truly actually succeed, right? And even if you do fail, you actually get the experience and learning from it. So you got to be optimistic and see the bright side of like failure, right? And then yeah, funding is one of the more difficult parts, right? But then if you look at it at a whole, look, the SDGs, the UN Sustainable Development Goals, actually have a market like in the future to have like a 1660. Okay, I don't remember the exact number, but like around $60 billion.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
and then like you have circular economy, which also promises to save around the same amount, right? $60 billion of like use plastic when they're thrown away. Uh, like when they're thrown away, they lose a lot of material. There's lots of leakage. So this is more on the, like in the foundation side, like and the economy. But if you look at my project, like this with, I mean, like the problem is the ship doesn't generate too much money, right?
Yeah.
But then if you look at it in perspective, like when you take out the plastic from the oceans, the plastic, where does it get sent? The plastic gets sent to recycling, and that is the place where you generate the finance, right? That's the place where you generate the money. So yeah, so you're right. So there's actually lots of like promising in terms of so yeah, in terms of the foundation, there's like it's really promising for as per in terms of finance, and even for the ship. So yeah.